Welcome to SNT Chats.
We have a update for you in regards to the adopted woman that was found after 13 years. Yep. All right. So the update is...
Wait, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, that too. The government has a new report. So in the new report, the government said that the woman in question was actually found by someone in their village.
Okay.
And this lady who was in the village then asked the guy to take care of her.
So a woman found her.
A woman found her wandering around in their village. And they also is saying the woman in question had a mental disability even before she went missing.
Yeah, but the question is like, if you found this random woman on the streets, why don't you report it to the police?
Exactly.
Why are you sending it to someone else's house and asking them to give her shelter?
Yep.
And then when she was found, she was really close to her original house, actually. Mm-hmm. So it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So what's the update on the police report? Like that the person did nothing wrong of giving this lady shelter?
So according to this news outlet,
就在今天，当地警方再发通报，明确表示张某明知卜某患有精神疾病，仍与其发生关系，并生育子女，涉嫌犯罪。至于是否涉嫌拐卖，是否涉嫌非法拘禁，当地公安机关仍在调查。
So in this news, it's said that the guy in question was taken into custody because he technically had his way with the lady. Mm-hmm. And it's not a reason for him to do that, even with or without any mental disabilities.
Yes.
Yep.
Like her mental disability shouldn't be the cause of her getting pregnant.
Right.
And having 2 kids within this 13 years. It just doesn't really make sense.
So in regards to the guy getting the girl pregnant, he will be sentenced, but we don't know how long he's sentenced for.
Okay.
So the other thing that the police came out is that they are also investigating how she got lost. They found her 160 kilometers away. That's like almost 300 miles. Like how did she like wander off on her own that far, right? So that's one thing. And then the second thing is during COVID, how come she never came out? How come she was never found? Was the police in that area negligent? Right? So that's also under investigation. And then the last thing is, did he reach out in the 13 years, the 12 years that she was there? How many times did he reach out? So that's also under investigation.
Once, said by the niece.
Yeah.
But she was unable to communicate with the police. So this thing just dissolved.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we tried. That's it.
It still doesn't make sense though. Why would you find a random person on the street and give it to someone to take care?
Exactly.
It just doesn't make, I think even like a 5 or 6-year-old kid knows that if you find something missing, you should report it to the police.
Right, or if you find something that's not yours.
Exactly.
Go to the police, find ways, and then, so the thing is, he also got, the guy who took her in also got interviewed. And then, so in this video, the first question that was asked was, what was the situation that made you take in Hua Hua? Hua Hua is the name of the female that was adopted, right? And then he said, at that time, I was working in the fields. When I was coming back, I saw that she was wearing like ragged clothes. So then I took her home.
Wait, didn't the police say a girl found her?
Yeah.
And then the girl gave this to the guy, right?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so this is like a different story.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the reporter also asked, people say that when you took Hua Hua, the girl, you locked her up. Is it like this? And then he answered, like, no, this never happened. I don't know how to read, so I didn't read the comments online.
I don't think you need to read the comments. You can hear the news.
Exactly. Right?
He didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
He went around the question and just say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Or like, I can't read, which he didn't say yes or no.
Yep. All right. And then the next question was asked, did you ever hit Hua Hua? His answer was, oh, if she wanted to go out, she can go out. I never hit her. But if you look at the video, whenever she is near men, she always gets a very, very strong reaction. But she's always fine around women. And that's not something that is kind of like a disability.
No.
I would say that's something that happens when you try to protect yourself.
It's body language.
Yeah.
It's something natural, that a natural reflex that you get of what you feel.
Yeah.
He kind of indirectly answered again.
Yeah, he did, right?
Because he mentioned like, oh, if she wanted to go out, she could go out. Well, we're not asking if you let her go out or not. Oh, does that mean she was locked up then? Right? Well, then
Yeah.
why would you say that?
Yeah.
So you're saying you did lock her up, and if she wanted to go out, she could.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, the answer's a little
iffy. It's so suspicious. So suspicious, right? And then I found another video of a lady, right? So she is saying her own experience with marrying with a guy in China, right?
her own marriage experience.
Her own marriage and divorce experience.
Oh.
Yep, so we're gonna bring up the video for you right now.
我离婚哈，我就是一个例子。我告诉你们，我离婚，我是净身出户出来的。当时我前夫给律师打电话，我跟你们学一下律师打电话怎么学的。我就在门口，我前夫以为我没回来，其实我回来了，我就在门口听着。那律师说啥？对他没有房子，对我老婆没房子，他得不到抚养权是吧？没有稳定的生活，给不了孩子稳定的生活。孩子对4岁了，他得不到孩子。他没有什么钱，钱不如我多，经济上也不如我，得不到是吧？但是我这个房子是婚前，他也得不到我婚前的房子，行。还有就是我们俩结婚买了一辆车，车没写他的名字，我从我这儿出的，他也得不到，好，什么意思？他得给我抚养费是吧？他得不到孩子，他也还得给我抚养费，他得净身出户，对他卡上有点钱，他卡上的钱也是我的一半，也有我一半，我也能分。夫妻共同财产，我卡上没钱，我卡上有债。我卡上没钱，我的钱都在我爸跟我弟那边。我卡上的钱他分不了，没有钱。他卡上的钱，明白了，就是说他卡上的钱我得分一半，他还得给我抚养费。好嘞，法律就这么规，就这么规定了。好，我明白了。好，再见。
So that's the conversation that she heard her husband talking to his lawyer. Basically, if you do not want a marriage, the woman especially, everything you own gets split in half.
Because she wanted to get the divorce.
Well, we don't know if she wanted to get the divorce or the guy wanted to get the divorce, but as long as the woman does not want to be in a divorce anymore and the husband agrees,
Does not want to be in the marriage anymore.
In the marriage anymore, and the husband agrees, everything that the woman owns has to be split in half. But everything that the man owns, that's all his.
What?
Yeah, doesn't make sense, right?
What? That doesn't make... That's the law in China?
Yeah.
The guy must have a really good lawyer.
Yeah.
And then girl probably doesn't have a lawyer.
Yeah. You know, if you search along the lines of something like this, a lot of women in China are saying the reason why they don't get married is because, okay, so before you get married, you get 彩礼, right? So you get a
huge
dowry,
dowry.
Right? You get a red packet, right? So then right now, it's if the guy gives a woman a red packet before she gets married, right? then that's the guy's money, right? But when the woman marries into the man's family, she also has her own fortune. She has her own land, she has her own items, right? So the thing about here, if we get divorced, right? Me as a person who gave her the dowry, I get all of it back.
What?
But the woman who married into the family with all of her possessions, that gets split in half.
What? So pretty much, in simple words, the laws is that whatever the guy belongs to the guy originally is the guy's. Mm-hmm. But if they get a divorce and the girl agrees to it, the guy keeps whatever is his.
Yep.
And also gets half of whatever the woman has, regardless if it was before marriage, after marriage, from her parents, or whatever.
Yeah, basically.
Wow, that is so weird,
Yeah.
and that does not make any sense.
Exactly. Police, the government, and the men in China, they all understand that if you marry into someone, you get abused by your husband, you can't call the police. It's more like there's no use to call the police.
That's the thing in China. If you report abuse
Yep.
in a marriage, the police will be like, we cannot do anything about it.
Yep.
This is your relationship problem.
Yeah.
Marriage problem.
Yep.
You can find consultation, but we cannot do anything about it.
Yeah. And then so I'm going to bring up a short video for you guys.
2007年北京董珊珊案震惊全国，新婚不到10个月的董珊珊被丈夫家暴致死，而其丈夫却只因虐待罪被判刑6年6个月。只因刑法中规定，家暴最严重的后果就是虐待罪。面对丈夫的家暴，她曾先后报警8次，但由于董珊珊还未离婚，却都被警察认为是家务事为由，办案人员只能建议她先养好伤，直到最后被活活打死。为什么家暴致死不判死刑？
So in the video, it basically says that in 2007 in Beijing, a girl named Dong Shanshan, her case shook the whole world. Her case is she's been married not even 10 months and she was abused to death by her husband. And during this time, she called the police about 8 times. The police said, I'm sorry. I don't even know if they said I'm sorry, right? So they're like, oh, we can't do anything because that's your relationship problem.
You're not divorced yet.
You're not divorced yet. And then in the end, when she did pass away, the guy only got 6 years and 6 months in prison. It's ridiculous. You unalived a whole person and the only retribution you got was 6 years?
Yeah, she beat someone to death.
Yeah.
And he just got 6 years.
Exactly. That's crazy.
Probably has some backings.
Oh my God. Is that we have another trending news in China. So this trending news is about a man who got drunk. He went into a school campus. He found a woman's dorm and he went door to door and knocked to see if anyone was in the room. And then all of a sudden, he just started banging and started to break into that room.
Oh, because he was drunk.
Because he was drunk.
Okay, and what happened afterwards?
Right. So what? Good question, Selena. What happened afterwards was the person who recorded the video was told by the school, don't post that video, otherwise we're gonna expel you. But she did in the end, and the girl got expelled for posting that video.
Ooh, is this guy a student?
No.
He's just a random guy that walked into this campus.
Yeah, he's a random guy who walked into the campus, found the women's dorm. Okay, so keep in mind, this is a big campus. There's like 2-3 buildings that's just for women, right? He found one, he went up the stairs, and he started banging on the doors. And the police came out with a report. They were like, oh, it's because he was drunk.
I guess you can do anything you want as long as you're drunk.
It's ridiculous. So we have a video to show you guys on someone in the dorm who heard all this banging and came down to record. So in this video, you can see the guy banging on the girl's dorm, right? And then in the next picture, you see that he actually broke in. Like, he's drunk, but he actually got the door open, right? And then at last you see that there's a screenshot of a comment. They don't say who sent this message, but I feel like it's the dorm.
The school, probably.
The school that sent this message, all right? So basically, girls living in the 9th dorm, please be careful. There's a guy who came in and has started to knock on the doors. If you have recorded any videos, please delete them and do not upload them onto the web.
So we don't know what happened after he broke in.
He didn't successfully break into the dorm.
Okay.
Right? The security of the campus did catch him.
Okay.
He did break open the doors, right? But the ladies inside, they actually closed the door as hard as they could.
Okay. So he never successfully got into a woman's room.
Yeah. But I mean, like the police report, they were like, oh, he was drunk.
Everything is just drunk. All the guys, like, they just use the excuse like, oh, they're drunk. Yeah, they're drunk.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. This would never happen in America.
Okay, even if it did, the biggest difference between a free country and a Chinese communist country is that why are you controlling me to not upload?
Yeah.
You know, why are you controlling my rights to do what I want to do that I think is right? That's the biggest difference of Chinese people living in that communist regime is they don't have any rights, basic human rights.
Yep.
To do what they think is right. There's no freedom of speech, no freedom of press, and no freedom of religion,
Yeah.
belief.
Yeah.
Those are the three biggest main rights as a human being, and they don't have any of that.
them.
Yes.
Any of them. So in regards to the guy breaking in, there's currently no news. There's no updates. If there are any, we will let you know immediately. But did the police give him a sentencing? We don't know yet. TikTok is the English version of Douyin.
Okay, so that's why it should be banned. But recently also there's been news of Taiwanese people that are in China. And if you want to become popular on Douyin, it's really easy. The only thing you need to do is hold a Chinese flag and say the Chinese Communist Party is great, it's awesome.
Oh my God.
And that video of you doing that, it will just blow up.
Oh my God.
And I'm not just saying this out of like my mind. Again, it's there's been people on YouTube, you know, they've been doing it themselves for a really long time. And then when they go back to Taiwan, they realize the whole situation and they've been standing up and talking about it. And there's like proof of how easy it is, you know, or how the government wants people to do this. Are supporting this. It's like a whole organization. It's a whole production. And if you do this, you can make a lot of money and you can become super popular and trending in China simply doing this.
They are brainwashing people with this indoctrination that they want to instill in the Chinese people's mind. That's basically what they're doing.
They just want you to remember this one thing. The Chinese government is awesome. Ugh, that's all they want you to think.
Yes.
Like, whatever it is, it's awesome, it's great. Nothing else, and you cannot say anything bad about it. If you say anything bad or you question it,
you disappear.
You will get persecuted.
Yeah. All right. So now that you know the marriage situation in China, leave a comment below on your thoughts.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah.
And also just for girls, like, don't rush into your marriage or your relationship.
Yep.
Be picky before you actually settle down.
Yeah. Don't lower down your requirements. Don't lower down your values, because in the end, you're going to be the one that's going to be hurt.
Yes.
All right. So that's it for today's video. We'll see you next time. Bye.